everyone, Vexento here, back again with me testing around with some JSON UI. So without further ado, we'll get straight into it. So if you've seen my recent posts, I have been messing around with JSON UI, and I haven't got very far with learning about it, but I will show you what I've done so far. So if I click this apple, there you go, we have a custom UI. Of course, this can be edited, like as in adding more buttons, and you can be interacted with the server, because all of this does is it just replaces the normal action form data, or the server forms that you usually see on the original servers like CubeCraft or something like that. But of course with JSON UI you can edit it a bit like this. So for example, if we change this to this, or change the title, because what this depends on, what the JSON UI depends on is the title. So currently the title is set to E, but when I reload it, and there you go, I have the original UI design. And of course I can just change it around, back again, / reload, and there we go, we're back to our custom UI. So that's basically it for the custom UI for the server forms. So that's as far as I've got. I'm not really sure what else to do with it. I know you can add images and all of those things, but yeah, that's about it. So we'll move on next to adding elements to the HUD. So yeah, let's go. So before I wanted to get into the adding the elements to the HUD, what I wanted to show you was the custom form testing, or the JSON form, the custom UI that popped up. So a lot is going on here, and it took me so long just to figure out all of this, but I'll try and explain it the best I can to you all. So first of all, we have our main screen content, which basically controls whether it's a action form or is it a custom form. I'm not exactly sure how this works. I sort of just copied it from the official packs here. Somewhere here? Yeah. Right here. So, just to make it work, I just copied it from there. Next we have the long form panel, which I actually did edit? Or did I edit? I don't think I edited it. Yeah, I didn't edit it. So the long form panel is another copy and paste, just to sort of make this all work. Then this is where all of the stuff happens. So first of all, we have our long form, which if we look in here, I actually have it defined. It's actually defined in the official packs here, but I edited it so it wouldn't be, it's no longer going to be a button. So that's about it. And I just put a control here, which actually conditionally renders whether it changes to the custom UI or the original UI. So how this works is I basically copied all of this, all of what I highlighted here, into here, and then what I did was I binded it to conditionally render it. So for example, I have this title text here, and then what I'm doing is I'm binding it to an override, or like a variable name of #text, and then what I'm doing with that is I'm binding it to make it viewable, or just making it viewable, and then we're comparing it whether the title is equal to E or not, and then what we do is we output that value into the target property name of visible, and visible is actually here. But to actually make this conditionally render, you have to do it this way, which is kind of weird. I'm not sure why JSON UI does this, but it's something they do. And then this is the custom UI. So what we actually have here is the bindings again, and then we're detecting if it is equal to E. And then what we're doing with this is, you see here at serverform.test, which means it's declaring it. So it's what it's saying is it's declaring the namespace, which you usually see at the very top of any JSON UI form, which actually defines this whole file. And then I'm defining the element, which is test, and test is here. And then that's our element. Then that is where we all do our custom stuff, which I don't want to explain all the way through it. It was a pain to do. The best way you can actually just learn is to actually test for yourself, or just test everything. Experiment, test everything. Even though there's not much documentation, actually there is on the Wiki Bedrock Dev site, which actually gives you all of the explanation for everything. This did really help me a lot, so I'm grateful for the community, all these contributors down at the bottom. There we go. There we are. So yes, I'm very grateful for this. So we'll move on to creating a custom, or adding a custom element to the HUD. So first of all, what we want to do is we want to create a new UI file. So we go to new file, type in UI, and name it player underscore HUD, because this will automatically replace the actual player HUD, but it won't actually replace everything. It will just only replace what we write in it, and it will just apply it to the actual screen. So we click create, and then we just name this HUD or whatever you want. And then for the element, what we want to name is root underscore panel. Now what this does is, if we look at the player HUD.json, if I can find where it is, HUD, where is it? Oh, it's called HUD screen.json. Yeah, I guess we have to rename our file. So what we actually have to rename our file is HUD screen.json. So we just go here, rename HUD underscore screen.json. We'll close out of this and reopen it. So we are in our back. So if we actually take a look at the HUD screen.json, we can actually look at root underscore panel, which actually exists in the official packs. So with this information, we actually know that this is the actual main panel, which is all of what you see on, like, the hotbar, the coordinates, this UI, or everything you see in first person and third person view. So to actually modify it without or interfering with anything in here, what we have to do is create a new custom element, say black underscore image, and we need to declare it as type. Now with type, what we can do is we can actually add a couple of things. I actually don't know what edit box button and all of those things, but I know a couple of things like grid, panel, you know, all of those things. So, but for now, we'll use image because we just want to put an image up on here. And let's say we want clouds, so you know what, let's just put clouds image as the top there. So now with this in mind, we want to get our clouds PNG. So what we have to type is texture, and we need to input our path. So textures / clouds, and that is it. So to actually size our clouds, what we need to do is we need to type in size. Actually, I wonder if you can see that better. So we'll do that, and we'll declare it as 20 by 20. So 20x pixels across and 20 y pixels down. And that's basically all we have to do. So in our root panel, what we have to do is we have to type in modifications. So we actually modify the root panel. We declare an object inside the array, and then we say array name controls. And what this does is it basically adds a new it adds our element to the controls section of array, which actually controls the rendering of how the UI renders. So to add it, what we need to do is we need to type in operation insert underscore front. Then we need to do value, add an object inside the array. Then what we need to type is our clouds or element name. So clouds underscore image at. Now this is very important that you declare HUD or wherever you want your image to be. So in our namespace, in the namespace we want to put it in is HUD, because HUD is this. And then after that, so we type in HUD dot, and then after that we type in clouds underscore image, because we are adding a new element. And then all we have to do is that. So that's all we have to do. Now if we reload the game, there we go. There's our clouds image on my crosshair, which is kind of hard to see. If I put a black concrete or black piece of concrete, you can actually see our clouds image on the UI. Now, before I wanted to sort of close this off, I wanted to show you we can actually position our clouds image. And to do that, what you need to do is you need to do anchor from, let's say center, or let's say top underscore middle, and anchor to top underscore middle. And then what we need, and then if we wanted to offset it a little bit below the top of the screen, we need to do offset. And then we'll say 0, so 0x across, and 5y down, so 5 pixels down. And then what we need to do is we need to change the size so we can actually see it better. And if we reload, yeah, there you go. You can see, if the toast gets out of the way, you can see we have our actual image on the top. Now, that's how far I've gotten with JSON UI. I'll probably be releasing, or we'll probably be releasing another video like this for what I've learned. I know you can have animated pictures and all of those things, which I haven't figured out yet, but I will be doing it later, because JSON UI is very hard and very undocumented, which is hard to learn, and it's kind of a stupid way to actually build a UI at the same time. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and leave a like and comment, or subscribe if you will. So I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.